Developers are losing focus in a maze of fragmented tools in cognitive load. They struggle to deliver value when the development process is sidelined by operational noise and process overhead. Today we're going to show you how Red Hat Application Platform and Advanced Developer Suite standardize that complexity into a seamless, self-service golden path to production. I'm Jason Froehlich, Principal Architect at Red Hat. Customers want to innovate faster. Developers want to write code and ship features. They get stuck, and they get stuck in what I like to call a dev maze. This maze is everything that the developers are doing that isn't writing code or delivering value. So maybe they're searching for documentation for the application that they're working on. Maybe they're creating CI/CD pipelines. Maybe they're having to deal with YAML to create Kubernetes resources like a namespace for their dev environment. It almost certainly involves creating a ticket of some sort, usually a ServiceNow ticket, to get them either access to their cluster or access to install tools on their laptop. We need to provide a more seamless developer experience for your developers, and that's why we talk about Red Hat Application Platform. Red Hat Application Platform is really the gateway to your operational platform, and at the heart of that is Red Hat Advanced Developer Suite. Think of that as the cockpit that sits on top of your platform. And ADS is comprised of Red Hat Developer Hub, which is an internal developer portal that is built on top of upstream Backstage. And this provides you with things like software templates. These templates are the self-service for your developers. So it will provide you with a way to seamlessly create the YAML for them for their namespaces. Or if they want to create a new application, we can create the repo, the CI/CD pipeline that goes with it, and anything else that the application needs, like a database or Kafka topic. We can also create a ServiceNow ticket to get them access to whatever it is that they need. It also involves an application catalog. This catalog is an application catalog of all your applications in your enterprise. So it gives you things like who the owner is, where it's at in the software development lifecycle. It gives you visibility into the cluster that it's in. You can see the containers that are running. It also gives you visibility into the CI/CD pipeline for that specific application, and then any artifacts that you've created for that application as well. It also provides documentation. This documentation could be about that specific application, or it could be onboarding documentation, or anything in between. We also offer Red Hat Developer Lightspeed. This is an AI agent that sits on top of your IDP and has all the context of everything that's inside of it. So it really becomes that force multiplier for your developers when dealing with your IDP. The next part of Advanced Developer Suite is the trusted software supply chain. This is where we secure your pipelines. We offer things like a software bill of materials, or SBOM for short. Think of this as a food label for your application. It provides all the ingredients that are in the application. So things like the libraries, the dependencies, and the components that make up your application. So if there's a vulnerability in one of those, you know all the other applications that are affected. We also offer artifact signing. This ensures the integrity and authenticity of your artifacts. So what the developers build and what the QAs test is the same exact unmodified code that is running in production. None of this is possible without the rock-solid foundation of OpenShift. As Red Hat Developer Hub and ADS offer the gateway into your platform for your developers, OpenShift provides that reliable execution, security, and the hybrid cloud plumbing to ensure that your applications run the same way, whether you're on-prem, in the cloud, or at the edge. So what is the impact in all this? The impact is when we take this dev maze here, this innovation tax, if you will, we create golden paths for your developers to reduce this tax. Nobody likes to pay taxes. So as we use AI to speed up our development, and we use the ADS and OpenShift to secure our supply chain and applications, that's really only half the battle. You need to ensure that you align your people, your process, and your technology. And that is where Red Hat Consulting comes in. We don't just hand you the keys to this cockpit. We work with your people, your platform engineers, and your developers to build these golden paths that the developers want and need to make their lives easier, to reduce this tax. The if you build it, they will come mentality just does not work. We help you operationalize ADS. We use automated governance to secure your pipelines, and we ensure that that fits within your already existing processes. We aren't just here to install tools. We're here to build a better platform for your developers with you to ensure that we can reduce this tax and make a seamless process for your developers. For more information, visit redhat.com/consulting.